So that's where
I get it.
expertise becomes the valuable key linchpin that I find a lot of people miss, is that if you can turn around and show somebody your value of solving a problem, they will heavily invest in that solution, more so they're going to invest in your time. And most people don't really honor our time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They either show up on time or they don't show up on time. They don't call, they decide that their time's more valuable, or they're not going to honor the time that we say it's going to take.
Right.
So if you build it into the expertise and say, this is what I know to be true about solving this problem, it's going to take this kind of experience. I need you to show up and step up more, so because I need you to do homework here while we're working together and at your home, especially if you're in the healing arts. They may have exercises, they may have food journals they need to follow. They may have sleep or meditation patterns you want them to start integrating. So we need our clients to be more engaged, and it can happen in any industry. The more engaged and invested somebody is in the process of helping themselves improve whatever the problem is, the better outcome you're going to get with them.
So they've got to be on board, and they've got stuff to do as well.
Absolutely. So what I like about the way that I reposition the business models, first of all, people acknowledge and say, well, Wendy Burge does marketing. I do marketing, but I also feel that if you don't know what you're selling, it's very difficult to market, because you really don't know what you're having. You're not really sure of how you're giving the benefit. Yeah. But there's a whole nother side to this. It's not about what you're selling, but if you don't have a proper business model that actually supports what you do, it's a catch-22, because at the end of the day, in my experience, these kinds of professions, the soft service professions, it's virtually impossible to book 40 clients a week. You just don't get them. To keep people on the books at 40 clients a week, and then to market to keep filling at least 20 new patients a month into a clinic or into a new business like this, because you're basing it on time, it's exhaustive, and you wonder why burnout is really high. It's because there's just not enough time in the day to actually be the practitioner, to actually be the marketer, to actually be the accounts receivable and client management, customer care person who has to sit down and book the clients and then take their money and give them the receipts. And and you may be fortunate that you have somebody doing that in your business if you're in a clinical setting, but most people aren't. Most people are not doing that in their business. They haven't hired somebody to assist in that yet. So they're doing it all themselves. There just isn't enough time in the day to do it. So you've got to start looking at the model. And that's where I stepped back and said, it isn't about marketing. It's not about sale. It's about the model too. So I actually started looking at a couple of different areas when I worked with people. When I started looking at my expertise, let's go back to the lady about making her feel confident. I said, okay, well, what's going on here? Why isn't she feeling confident? Why isn't she attracting people? Well, I realized the reason was she wasn't attracting clients is she didn't have clarity. Nobody could hear what she said.
We seem to come back to clarity all the time.
It is.
It's a cornerstone.
It is a cornerstone. If you don't really understand what you're doing and how you're helping serve people, you can't really set up a proper model. And there's lots and lots of business models that we need to look at when we sell services.